It's me again, continuing on with Warfighter, Modern Shadow War, Expansion 57, on my quest to take out General Soleimani. And I'll do a little bit of recap, I guess, of kind of where I left off. I'm going to try to do these in little spurts, and how much time I have. I'll try to fit these in as I go. So recap, I found out that I was kind of messing up a few rules. So if you guys see stuff that I am grossly messing up, or even minor stuff, let me know. That's fine. I appreciate that. As I said, my experience coming back to these, sometimes it takes a little while to get back into it with everything else I got going on. Plus, again, I don't want to bag on the rules too much, but I mean, sometimes it's really hard to find stuff in here. I don't know if a glossary had been good, or if I just should go make a player aid, or find a good player aid that kind of lays stuff out orderly. I don't know. One of the things I kind of messed up was the actions. I was looking at the chart up here on the board, and it says, one of the actions is action card. Of course, it has action in quotes, so I just said that's playing an action card. But Peterson in the comments, thank you so much, noted that my discarding of these was not an action, so I still have my 2 actions from the last round. So I'm still on the first turn, haven't used my actions yet, and so they're still discarded, but I still have actions. And so that was a little something that I went back and looked at the rules. And then when I look in the rules, it's a lot clearer once I found it. These are your actions. And then you have soldiers may freely also do the following activities. And so you can play an action card, which may cost if it tells you on the card, and play a location card, which may cost if it's on the card. So these are some of the things that are free to do unless stated otherwise, and these are your actual actions. So that was, that's a mess up on me and not following that. So thanks, Peterson, for pointing that out. And if you guys see something else, let me know. They actually said I was being a little hard on Duke there. I don't need it any harder. I'll probably mess this up on my own without that. So that was one thing. Oh, sorry about this glare here. I'm having trouble with my lighting. Where I decided to set this up, my lighting has some issues, and I can you imagine that? I don't have professional lighting. So that right there is sorry. Hopefully that doesn't distract you guys too much. That's my halo for my helo. That is my beacon. So that's where I'm going to. Or if I get close, maybe I'll move the general over there, and that'll be the target on him. But so sorry about that glare there, and hopefully you can see stuff fine here. So going back to that, I'm still on my first turn. I have my 2 actions. I got 1 experience point. But in that regard, with experience points, I'm going to play. I have this other in together in my hand, and that gives me another experience points. I'm going to do that because experience points, as I said in my opening, that they're kind of currency. The action cards are kind of a form of currency. The action cards are more multi-use. Experience points are more kind of like a currency. You can use them to pay for certain things that happen. And these counters, just you flip it over, and now you have 2. Wow, that's magic act. So I have 2 experience points, 2 actions, and sorry. So I had this back alley in my hand here. So I'm going to play that back alley. In order to do that, though, I have to use 2 actions and 1 experience point to play. So I have 2 actions, and I have 1 experience point. So now I'm used. As you see here, those are used up. And I play the back alley for the first location. And one of the benefits of this is, there's no hostiles because I'm under the resource limit, so there's no hostiles. And hostile street pauses no effect. That's good. Adjacent to city street, so that means I don't have to draw whatever location's on top there. I can go get the city street. I don't know if the city street's going to be good or bad. I would imagine a city street might have a lot more activity, and activity is something that you subtract from noise to keep your noise down, because you're kind of hiding in the drone of activity and noise that's going on. That's part of the game here. So I don't know, maybe that's good for me. And again, I don't necessarily need to, I got to go there. I'm going to have to go there twice at least, right? I need to go there to activate the target. Then I got to run back here to do my shot. And then I'll have to go back there again to get to my helo. So going to be going through that area a few times, and maybe a noisy city street. It doesn't say noisy city street, but maybe if a city street with some activity might give me some extra cover there. The entrance cost is 2, and then so that means I'll have to cover the entrance cost either with my movement, which is 3, which I have that easily covered, or but it has a +2 for night locations have this +2. It's an extra cost, so I'll have to discard with that. That'll be 4, and I'll have to discard a card because an action card because my movement's only 3. However, my night goggles can eliminate that if I, pay an action, experience point, or discard an action card, and then I can use this to reveal, or I can use it to ignore the entrance thing. So I do have that available to me as well. So I like the back alley. That's my 2 actions. That's the end of the turn. We're going to go to the hostiles' turn now, and there's a track here for the hostiles for their turn. The AI, so to speak. And there's the reinforcement roll, but I don't need to do a reinforcement roll because there's no reinforcement roll in the location I'm at, which is the starting mission. And if I was here, I'd do a reinforcement roll, and that's where you're going to take a die here. And all rolls in this game are the 6-sided dice, except for the cover rolls. And I'm not sure why I have the 20-sided. Maybe I kind of figure out what that is. Oh, that's for our armor. If you have a special kind of armor, I think that's where that comes in. But so I'll roll a 10-sided die. And then add whatever the top hostile is on there. And if that falls within this range, then a bad boy pops out and goes in that location. But I'm not in that location, so I don't have to worry about that reinforcement roll. So then we go to the noise. The noise is up here at this level left over, and then you compare that to the activity. And I didn't move. I didn't shoot anything, so none of those pop up here. And so we'll just look at the activity. I'm on the activity for M or 2, which is this location here, is 5, and then 3 plus the activity is 3. So the activity is a good thing because that's going to subtract from your noise. So I would subtract 5 from here. However, we can't forget that there are quiet streets, so that reduces activity by 1. So my activity of 5 goes down to 4. So this goes down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm still pretty low level. So not the bottom, but pretty good there. But that's what Quiet Street does. Also, I guess when placing a location, pay 2 experience points, which I could have paid my 2, but I had to pay 1 for the back alley to permanently decrease the interest cost by 2. So I could have made that, reduced that by 2 and making that a 0, but I don't really need that given where my movement is at. So that is the official first turn. So now let's go to the next turn and see how far we go on this. So now the question is, do I want to move into there? My movement is, so I flip this back over, my used, back over, and I'm on to this turn now. So I have 2 actions, 1 experience point, a back alley in front of me, that I can move into, or I can sit back and wait till I get another location here. But in order to get another location, I got to draw some cards. So what do I want to do with that? Moving into that doesn't necessarily, there's no hostiles there, but it would invoke, me having to do reinforcement rolls. So maybe I'll just see, I want to keep these 2 cards because, the stealth kill I think is going to be very helpful on the ultimate target, and then the steady aim I can add to that. And my understanding is you can play for an attack, you can play as many viable action cards that you have to work out the attack, and so that might want to save up for a big turn, right? The 2 quiet, I don't know necessarily if I need that. So, you know what? I'm gonna discard and draw for one of my actions. So that's an action used. I'll discard, and so I have 2 cards in my hand. My hand limit is 6, based on my health. So I'll draw 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I was just thinking that it's kind of dark, but this is Shadow War, right? So maybe I should just put on my infrared and do all this that way, and then you don't see anything. Oh, so well, speaking about illumination, illumination permanently reduce locations printed night entrance penalty by 0. So I can eliminate that +2 for the back alley completely by playing that. Easy does it. Play after any action to make 1 less noise. Okay, so that kind of reduces noise. And this right here, I think in the overview I called it like upbooting or upgrading or something. It's called upgunning. You when you do this, you pay an experience point and you can upgun this to the better ability. So normally this would reduce 1 noise, but I can reduce 2 noise if I upgun it, is the phrase there. Eyes, I can perform 2 reveals or 4 reveals if I upgun it. Just in the wind, change the hostile status from pauses to unaware. So that's kind of good. If I get in trouble with some hostiles, I can, if they're on pause, I can get them back to unaware, which is where we want to have them. So so that's not bad for my hand there. So 6 cards. So for my second action, I still don't have a location, and getting locations is kind of a that's where the randomness kind of this game is. You're just kind of and brings up the chaos. I'm just kind of sitting there waiting to figure out what my next plan is. So maybe that represents, there's some activity going on nearby, or I'm waiting for stuff to clear out so I can move in there. Maybe it's a timing issue, but I'm kind of holding steady until I can figure out what my next move is. And that kind of eats into your time, but I really do need another location there to see what's going on. So let's do that. What are these cards? Well, I mean, it doesn't cost to play an action cards, according to Peterson. Thank you very much. And the rules there. There's no cost on this one. So I'm going to play this and permanently reduce this by 2. So now that only cost me 2 to move in. So my 3 will easily cover that. So when I decide to move into that, I'm going to be fine there. Easy does it. And eyes, I don't know if I really need that. I don't think I need just the win. So I think I'm going to discard and draw. Again, keeping my 2, super sweet combat cards. And I'm going to discard these 3. So now I am back to, I can draw 4 again. And hopefully I get a location card here. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I get a location card this time around. And I'm kind of keeping an eye a little bit on the time to make sure. I got another 2 to make sure I'm not going, these don't get too long. Too quiet. I've had that before, right? Combined fire. All soldiers add 1 to their ranged attack rolls this soldier's turn, or 2 if I upgun it. That gun goes in with my combat thing. Oh, look, got a location. So stealth attack. So I can perform attack without spending an action and add 2 to this. So I kind of like that. And I got a location. Perfect. Oh, that's pretty good. All right. So I got these 3 that I'll keep in my hand here. And then I got this location. I can discard it. And then again, what I messed up earlier and what Peterson said in my comments was, that doesn't cost an action. So, and my understanding of adjacent to City Street is that I can grab this location deck and I can just go find City Street and put that in my hand. So Dusty Field, Well-Lit Street, Crossrock, City Street. Okay, there's City Street, shadowy sidewalks. Okay, good. Busy intersection, airport terminal. Cool. So I'm going to take that, put that in my hand. We'll take a look at that in a second here, but let's shuffle these bad boys back up. And they go back to the location deck. And not very many cards there, but put those back in the location deck. And I might not need again if I go with the City Street. So, so that's a question. Do I put that in my hand, or can I play that automatically? That's a good question. Well, I hate to waste your guys' time with the rules. So I I think I'm going to, that would be my discard and draw. So what did I do for my first action? I discard and drew for my first action. And so did I use the second action? I might have to go back and check that out. Have I used my second action yet? Or did I do that for the discard and draw? Because if that's the case, then I could, let's look at the city street here for real quick here. It's free to play, so it's not going to cost me any actions or anything. So yeah, so I'm just going to play that since it's free to play. Its structure, that's just a buzz. That's a keyword that might key off other things. Reduce all noise generated in this location by 2. Well, that's awesome. So yeah, so this is going to be kind of, as I said before, noisy. Not noisy, by 2, so that's good. So that's going to be something I can maneuver in and out and hopefully just blend in with the crowd, right? Perform 2 reinforcement rules in this location. Okay, so that's not good. So when I do, when I'm there, there's going to be more stuff coming there. So that's the good and the bad of that. And then adjacent to back alley. So if I were to add another location, I get well, there's a back alley. So I go get the back alley. So they fit it with each other. Interest cost is 3, which is, just fits my movement, but there's a +3 shadow. So I will have to probably use my night goggles to do that. If I had saved my illumination, then hey, I could have eliminated that +3. But however, playing the illumination was able to get me to draw more cards. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of the rest. Now the hostiles, there's 3 hostiles, so I will have to place hostiles here. So I'll put that down. And so 29 minus, well, let's look at that again. So 29 minus, I'm at 26 for resource points, so I'll have to place 3 hostiles there. So we go to the hostile deck here, and I will get, I'll have to do the 3 hostiles, or 3 points worth of hostiles. So this is a 0, so that will go there. This is a 1, and this is a 1. Oh man, so I'm gonna have 4 bad boys there. Well, I got a bunch of 1s here, so is that good or bad? So there we have it. Move my and this is the good old unaware tokens that I can when I pull them out for shots. So I've got 4 hostiles. I got 3 points worth of hostiles there. I mean, the good news is they're low level, so that means it could be 1 person or civilian or lower threat type stuff. But I've got more of them now because I had to draw up this to the 3 there. So I think that and I don't think I did my second action here, but I'll go back and check the tape and make a note of what I did there because I'm kind of getting up to, I like to keep these under 20 minutes. So that's where I'm at right now. I might be done with my turn, or I might have 1 action left with my turn here because my memory is not what it used to be. But I'll pick up there if it is over and I did use both my actions, then I'll do the noise phase. But I didn't move, and I didn't move, and I didn't do anything. So there's nobody in my location. The one thing I need to check is, can I place a location without being adjacent to it? I can't remember that. I'll check that as too, but I'll just leave that off on here. This gives you guys something to chew around and pick out what I did bad. This is kind of choose your own adventure where you guys are like, choose your own rule. Tell me what rule I'm messing up. Anyway, that's what I have for today. I got to run and get some other stuff done, but I'll just leave this set up for here, and I'll hopefully pick this up later on this week if at all possible. Thanks all. Hello again. Okay, this is an add-on, an addendum. So I did check the rules real quick and realized I messed up that, in order to place a location, you need to be in the frontmost location. So I can't place the city street yet. So I'm going to put that back in my hand. And then these good old boys here will go back to put those back on the hostile deck. However, I did also check and believe that my only action I played was the discard and draw. So I do have an action to move. So if I use that action to move, then I can move there. My movement is 3. The entrance cost is 2. We've eliminated the night entrance with the illumination. So that's easy enough to do that. And then I can place this free because I'm in the frontmost location. And then these guys come back out here. How about that, huh? I knew I was going to get there. So now we're back out here. Now that's going to change. So that is the end of my turn. That's the 2 actions that I've done here. And then we have a little bit different. So I did move. So move to a different location. That's going to increase my noise by 1. And now we have to worry about these search guys on here. So that this might be a horrible thing that I just did here. So the search on this is going to increase the noise. So the first number on here is the noise in this area. I'm not in this area, but the second number is the noise 1 away, and I am 1 away. So that's 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 6. So noise is going to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not good. But then activity is 5. Oh, well, wait a second. Reduce all noise generated in this location. So no noise located in this location. So that sucks. So activity is by 5, so I reduced by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's good. I'm still in this realm right here. And I am, but this quiet streets reduced the activity by 1. So boy, I'm right on the edge of green. So yeah. So that's where I'm at for this turn, is camping out in the back alley. I've got 4 hostiles that I got to figure out what to do with next turn. And they're 1 range away, and I've got really good range here of, on 1 away, I've got a 7 7 or over to take them out. And they're all 2 of them are 2 reticules, and 2 of them are single. So that's interesting. How I might want to try to look at that, or I might try to think about evading them as well. Well, the other thing we look at too, since we've got guys on the board here, pauses to unaware. Oh, and that's right. When they come on the board, they're all going to be unaware. So put the good old unaware counters on them there. And they all have an evade. That's some experience points. I only have 1, so I'm not going to be able to evade any of these people. They're all anywhere from 4 to 5 experience points to evade. And the alarm 2, that comes into play when they're going for the alarm. They'll go on the 2 track there. So they're all unaware. Let's see what else we have here. I would change pauses. None of them are paused. Advance, going for alarm. None of them there. Adjust noise. We've done that. Remove suppress. And I think that's where they're at. So when do you go for the move, though? I need to figure out when you go for the move on these guys, because there's a roll on here where you roll and see where they go. And it's like this one right here. You'll roll 10 side die. If 4 or less, it moves onto my location. 7 or higher, it's moving towards the to the target location. I'll look that up. I need to leave you guys with something to pick on the rules and point out. Otherwise it's not a choose your own rules adventure, right? So I'll leave it there. Take a look at that, and hopefully not have any more addendums tapped onto this because it's getting too long anyway. Anyway, thanks for spending some time with me, and we'll see where this goes. Thanks for watching.